off since.
It's been a few weeks, actually.
A lot's kicked off because it has been a few weeks. First of which, we're missing this table.
We are missing this table. Second of which, I forgot to bring props this week.
Yeah. Third of which.
Harvey's decided he doesn't want to wear his bowling shirt.
Yeah, no,
which would have fit the
bowling shirt isn't coming out for this one.
That's a shame. But what did happen, which is much more important than your bowling shirt, is the Formula 1 season finally ended after 24 races. Way too many races.
Ooh. Yeah, 24 races of. To be fair, overall, not been a bad season.
It's been a really good season. You can't say it's not been. You can't say any championship wasn't really close.
No,
but I mean, we've had 7 drivers take multiple wins.
Yeah.
That's pretty unheard of across 4 different teams.
We've had some team drama kicking off as well.
A lot of team drama kicking off, and even Alpine threw us a bone at Brazil and threw a surprise result in. No. The only thing this season missed was a surprise winner.
Yeah, we haven't spoke since before Las Vegas.
No, I think it was after.
No, we didn't speak since before Vegas.
We haven't debriefed since after Las Vegas. Though.
Yeah, we haven't debriefed since after Vegas.
So, but we're not going to bog ourselves down with going through Qatar and everything.
Yeah.
But this is more on the whole.
Not a lot happened at Qatar or anything.
Not a lot happened? I don't even remember if anything happened.
What happened at Qatar?
It's too far back. But Abu Dhabi...
The George Russell Max Verstappen beef.
That also carried into Abu Dhabi, though.
True.
And I'll put my opinion out on this. I'm very happy. Finally, I'm a bit sick of drivers pretending to, always being best friends with each other.
Yeah.
It's a bit, I don't know. I like the bit of toxicity.
You like when there's a little bit of a heat in the paddock.
Yeah.
I love it.
And in some ways, Russell's not wrong. I would say Russell's not wrong. Verstappen, very quick driver, but the thing I've noticed is this season especially, like Hungary, some of his stuff was a bit. Yeah, it was a bit ridiculous. Some of this, like when he got going on to Abu Dhabi as well. When he got that 10-second time penalty, he goes, "Well, give me 20." It's like
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, 10 second. He took Piastri out first call.
I didn't see the Abu Dhabi race.
You don't see it?
No, I was working.
Oh.
I saw the Abu Dhabi. The Max Verstappen Oscar Piastri little thing.
Yeah, that was what he got it for.
Oh. Yeah, that's not deserved.
Yeah, it was. Pipe down.
No, it wasn't.
Max Verstappen fanboy, number 1 over here.
No, but he actually wasn't deserved though.
He was. He just drove into the side of him.
Didn't see him.
Yeah, because he just drove into the side of him.
Oh,
and the stewards this weekend and the last weekend. Now the stewards room is chaos. I don't know who's in it, but I think they've cracked down quite a bit more.
Yeah.
They've been proper out and out with pen, and I think that's that's right. We need a bit of oomph, but I think Verstappen this season, he's definitely shown his. I mean, you wouldn't notice it by looking at, 9 wins and 14 podiums, but
nearly 100-point gap.
Yeah, not nearly 100-point
Nearly.
gap, but definitely definitely shown some cracks this year. But that's kind of guaranteed because I don't think
in the 4th best car, he's going to.
4th best car.
4th.
3rd.
4th.
It was better than Mercedes.
It was round 4th in a few races.
No.
Definitely.
So a few races, yeah, but you could say that for any one of the teams at some point or another, minus McLaren.
McLaren has bottle jobs this season, I'm not going to lie.
Well, they technically weren't bottle jobs because they did secure first constructor since 1998.
On track, yes.
Overall, yeah. No, but, if we had to put ranking, we should do that for one maybe after Christmas, where we put grades for each one.
The tier lists.
The tier list will be coming out, but that's kind of interesting to see 9 wins but only 14 podiums. So it was more like.
I think that does definitely show the drop off of that car.
I feel like it shows that no matter what, he was never gonna have a season like he did last year. Last year was the peak. You won't ever have that again. He won 19 wins out of 22 races because Perez got 2 and Sainz got 1. You'll never get that again. But cracks were definitely there. But these last few races, he's kind of put it back up, dominating in Qatar.
Yeah.
And winning at Brazil.
He didn't win in Qatar.
He didn't win in Qatar, did he? He did win. Yeah. He did win. He did win. Don't doubt me.
He won in Brazil.
Yeah. to finish it
in
off.
Vegas, so no.
No, Russell won Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Which is actually someone else we need to talk about about this year.
Go on then.
Okay, well,
After.
I'll pose you a question, Harvey. I'll pose you a question. Who do you think who's had the most underrated season? Underrated, yeah.
I don't know.
There's a few options.
Yeah, there's a few options. Sergio Perez, definitely not one.
Definitely not one. I will point a few out.
Gasly
down there.
Yeah.
But I feel like at the start of his season kind of hampered it. Towards the end of this, I think Hulkenberg had him all the way up until the last few rounds. Russell and Sainz, I think you could both talk about as having.
Yeah.
I would say.
Sort of.
And actually, it's gonna sound. Yeah, I was gonna say might not sound a bit right considering he's third, but I think Leclerc's season's gone very. I think that's his best statistical year this season. We've had a lot of brand new. A lot of drivers have had the best year this year.
A lot of them have had the first wins. Norris, Piastri.
Well, just those two. It's actually when you think about it, we give Norris a lot of flack for fumbling the title this year, but we got to think he did only win his first race this year, and that's kind of like hard to. It's been so long of a season, you don't really remember that, but he did win his first race this year.
Yeah.
He has 4 career wins.
But then you got others saying, "Oh yeah, Piastri didn't hold up his end of the bargain," but people also forget it is his second season in Formula One.
That's
He's
another,
won 2 races and got 8 podiums.
Yeah,
Jesus
another
Christ,
thing.
Big step.
And
he's gone from having the worst car to the best car in the space of the season.
Well, that's the biggest takeaway from McLaren, I think, was from where they were at the start of 23, which was the slowest car.
Their technical game, overall, immense.
Yeah, and they definitely deserve the constructors. They'd built something special there.
Yeah.
Would I have liked to see Ferrari, mate? And for quite a while, it did look like maybe the upset was on. Maybe Ferrari could have had it.
And you know what? I think we literally said it. We fully bagged Ferrari to maybe grab it.
I said it was possible. I was kind of hoping, but definitely possible. And
I thought if Leclerc hadn't got a penalty to start off with in Abu Dhabi,
yeah,
he could have done it because I reckon he could have been up there with Norris for Paul.
Yeah, but who do you think's had the most underrated season then?
Underrated season, Leclerc. I just don't want to say Russell.
You know what? I think Leclerc. Yeah, 13 podiums, 3 wins. Best statistical year, I believe. I think won Monaco finally. Won Monza again. I think going into next year, a lot of people are saying, just throwing Norris is the big title favourite.
I think Norris isn't the title
favourite. I think Leclerc could be a shot, but it all depends. If it literally could go anyway.
I'd say it's between Leclerc, Piastri, and Verstappen next year.
It could be any of them. That's what I think.
Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari. You can't forget about him for next year.
Yeah, because what Hamilton this year has been a bit of a enigma.
Yeah.
Because some days he's at his best, but it's the Saturdays qualifying. Qualifying, he's been so poor this literally. Besides, out of those top 4 teams, besides Perez, Hamilton's been down there quite a bit.
Yeah.
But you always hear him saying, being a bit miserable. But then he'll just pull it out. He went from 16th to 4th.
Yeah.
At the weekend.
Definitely.
He won obviously Silverstone, which will be remembered as his final ever Mercedes win, even though he won in Belgium.
Yeah, that was his final Mercedes win.
But yeah, no one will remember that because it was given to him.
That was the best one in a while.
Silverstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. My vote for most underrated season, I'll say Leclerc as well, because I think too much focus has gone to Norris and Verstappen and McLaren and Red Bull as a whole.
Yeah, first sometimes I look at it and thinking, he's actually quite close.
I think Ferrari's actually flown under the radar this year. Props to Andrea Stella and Zach Brown, but Fred Vasseur, he's building something.
First season, isn't it?
No, last year was his first year. Last year they were the only team to break the Red Bull monstrosity, and this year, started off at the middle of the season was theirs.
Yeah.
And they had a late surge, the back-to-back wins at Mexico and USA. That's where it really, there was a chance who was have they put themselves in contention. And I think if they keep going this year, like you've said, I think Hamilton and Leclerc could be. title contenders. So he said the best. I think this might be an obvious answer, but who had the worst season?
I'd like to say Perez, but then again, you got Ricardo and the Sargent who are gone.
He does have a point, but you've got to think Perez probably should have gone as well.
Yeah.
Perez has not stayed on by the skin of his teeth.
He's staying on because of the money.
Yeah. Whereas Sargent and Ricardo
Where
didn't
did
really
he even get his podiums?
all start season. When you look back at it, up until Canada, he was still still looked like the Perez of old.
Yeah.
He'd got 2 second places. I think maybe 3 second places.
I don't know.
He finished 1-2 with Verstappen the first few rounds.
Yeah, because he got the first 2 rounds and everybody thought, that's it, Red Bull's championship.
But I've got to think.
They won the first race by 30 seconds.
Yeah. Or I think it was
I
like
can't
22.
even remember Bahrain anymore.
Yeah, this season's too long.
Yeah.
Just bring it back down to like 18 races. Make it every other fortnight, and then then it becomes special. But Perez is the obvious choice. But who do you reckon?
I'd like to say Perez.
You'll say Perez.
Could I throw some shade of Lance Stroll's way just for old time's sake?
Possibly.
Possibly. Then again, it's a bit hard though because of that Aston. Yeah, Perez.
Right, I will go different. Worst driver / team this season. I'll go with Williams.
Yeah.
Because I say Williams have promised big things for many years.
I'm
And
not seeing it.
they've not gone anywhere.
They have a season where they can be up there getting a few points. Next season they'll get.
And this year, especially, they must have gone through about 8 or 9 chassis.
They've gone through quite a few.
So many of them, and I mean, it's kind of a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, Sauber had a bad season as well, but
Yeah, but
that's one of the slowest cars we've seen in a long time.
yeah, and that brings up the thing like Bottas and Joe. We said it before. We said it a few weeks ago actually. Joe in a bad car was bad.
Yeah.
But these last 2 races, the Sauber's kicked it back up, and he's looked decent again.
Yeah, he looked okay.
Well, on Qatar, he got the 8th place by pure pace as well. What a lad!
True.
Um,
In an average, alright car, he's not done bad.
right. Moving on to my next question to you. Your breakout star of the season. So that'll be either someone who hasn't had a good, someone's first really big kind of standout year,
Yeah.
or just someone debuting this year, because there are actually quite a few in the end.
I'm going to say either Yuki Tsunoda, for one,
Right.
or, see, Colapinto's an obvious choice, but he did alright, but he dropped off. Or was that just the Williams in general that dropped off, though?
It felt a bit like the Williams.
Yeah. Because obviously he had quite a few DNFs, so to round it off.
Yeah, but not like Qatar wasn't his fault.
Yeah, true.
And like Abu Dhabi wasn't his fault.
Engine
Abu Dhabi, Qatar got taken out.
Vegas he finished, didn't
Yeah, but he crashed in qualifying.
he? Yeah. Tsunoda.
Got to explain it though, because I think I'm iffy on Tsunoda.
Tsunoda, yeah, I'm a bit iffy with Tsunoda because, alright, yeah, he's been up there quite a bit.
Start of the season, he was definitely the
start of the
standout.
season, he was definitely there.
But I think when RB dropped off, he kind of
Yeah.
dropped off with him.
Do you know what? I actually don't know.
I'll go with mine.
Go on.
My standout is, we'll go the obvious choice, I'll go with Colapinto.
Yeah.
From where he was, which I'll admit, when he came in, didn't rate him because didn't know much about his junior career. I knew he was. I knew he'd been in some, like less than ideal machinery, but I didn't see him as someone who'd ever make it to F1.
No.
And I mean, he made it to F1, and Williams' problem was they didn't have a driver who scored points. And I mean, he went and scored, I think, 2 separate occasions, which
Yeah, he did.
he did have a lot of issues towards the end of the year, but
His second and third race, he scored points.
I think it was his second or third. I thought it was his
Second
first.
race, I know he scored points.
He got 8th and 10th place.
Mm-hmm.
Scored at Baku and the one before that, I think.
No, it was the Monza before Baku, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, he didn't score Monza except for his first race, he got 13th.
right.
Which was still good.
Yeah, I mean, I think because there wasn't many I mean, well, breakout start. I mean, you could argue like Lando Norris because it's first win, Piastri first wins. But I think just because like didn't really expect much from him, and he's come in and scored points and kind of.
I would give it to Lando Norris.
Yeah.
Just simply because first win, and he's been up there fighting for a championship.
First win, and apart from
his pole to win ratio.
Yeah, but apart from his starts, I mean, he has been. Certain races, Singapore, Singapore, Zandvoort dominated them.
Yeah.
No, Abu Dhabi dominated it. So, you'll go Lando Norris.
Yeah.
And I'll go Franco Colapinto.
Yeah, I definitely would.
Right, going back to it. Well, now returning from our quick break where we've pondered what question to ask, and the final question we will ask is Harvey, what has been the best race this season?
Best race of the season.
Best race of the season.
See, there's a few.
There's Brazil, there's Silverstone.
Yeah. For me, the big two are Brazil and Silverstone because
Canada as well. Yeah. I'd say Canada.
It's all right.
They had Russell, Verstappen, Norris all fighting for win.
Yeah.
Wet, dry. No, I didn't fuss him. Apparently, he's not bothered by it.
Yeah, no, Canada are a bit of a boring topic for me.
Verstappen won. You should have been loving it.
Yeah, true. For me, Silverstone or Brazil, I'd probably go. I'd go Brazil.
I mean, Brazil, chaos-wise, definitely was, but
for me, Brazil, because it was chaos, and two, it was just Verstappen's kind of way of just saying, hello, I'm still here.
Yeah, I'll go with Silverstone, because I mean, at one point it looked like any six drivers. 5
of them that could win.
At 6, because there was Sainz, Verstappen, both McLarens, both Mercedes.
That's the one. Yeah.
That a bit
because we have Verstappen second.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that last lap, when you saw it, Verstappen was very close. If we'd have had 5 more laps, I reckon he could have got him.
No. And also a very emotional ending. Hamilton finally winning again.
Yeah.
First time since
Jeddah 21.
Yeah, and that was
a big distance.
Yeah. I think it was just a good feel good day.
It was a very, very good feel good day. You know, it was. I may or may not have shed a tear that day.
Shed a tear, yeah. Look at him, heart of stone, but even
Hamilton winning.
Yeah, even Hamilton winning can get a few tears from him. But I think that is it for our mini breakdown of the season.
Yeah.
But moving on now. What's next?
Moving on now.
You'll be telling me what's coming up next. What coming up as the next episode? You know what's coming up next.
I do know what's coming up next. Coming up next, we'll have a look through.
Touring car news. Me and Harvey's personal favourites.
I thought you were about F1.
F1?
Yeah, F1 coming up next. We're going to review his prediction.
Yeah, we're making some, going over some predictions and...
Yeah.